Well, it's 9 o'clock. Should we start? All right. So last time we met, which was 2 weeks ago, we learned this new Hine Matov to start off our year. And so we're going to try that again today. And we're going to see if Emily can echo me. So remember, it goes like this. Yo-oh.
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 Oh, oh, oh. Let's do that again. That was awesome. And I want to see everybody's mouths moving. You should be echoing me too, okay? Yo-oh.
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 Oh, oh, oh. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Let's do that again. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Yo-oh.
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 Oh, oh, oh. Hine matov u'manayim. Let's just do that much. Ready? Hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Try that with me. Shevet achim gam yachad. So let's put those two bits of Hebrew together. Ready? Hine matov. Hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. And then the English goes, how great it is for brothers and sisters. Try that. How great it is. Ready? How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Just do that, to hang out with me. Ready? To hang out on this day. Let's put that whole last English line together. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Let's sing the whole thing one more time. Here we go. Yo-oh.
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 Oh, oh, oh. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. How great it is for brothers and sisters to hang out on this day. Take it away, Emily.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
When I say Boker Tov, everybody say Boker Or.
Boker Or.
Everybody ready? Thumbs up. Everybody ready? Hands in the air. Everybody ready? Wave them around. Boker Tov.
Boker Or.
Boker Or, everybody. Boker Or, Miss Emily. Boker Or, Cantor Simmons. Boker Or, Miss Stephanie. Everybody, I'm so glad you're here. It is great to be together. It is great for us all to hang out together on this day. It is a beautiful day outside. We are just about ready, not only to start a new day of religious school, but we are almost ready to start a brand new year. And so during these days before the brand new year starts, we have a custom to use our special Jewish alarm clock to wake ourselves up, to get ready for the day and get ready for the brand new year. So we're going to start our service this morning with a little blast from the shofar to wake up our souls and our hearts to get ready for this day and to get us prepared to do the work we have to do as the brand new year begins. So maybe I'll have the cantor give me a tekiah call and we'll start off with some shofar.
Tekiah. Ah, I was not quite awake until that moment. Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And now we have to get ready to pray. So here we go. And Emily, well, actually, it's hard with my beat. So I'm going to just, you guys echo me with the beat because I think the beat's kind of fun. Here we go. I said ho. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray? Your turn. Go. I said hey. I said, are you ready to pray? Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray. Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Let's come together to pray. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is how we make a minion. Your turn. Need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is how we make a minion. I said hey, I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu. I said hey, I said you. Now let's all stand up for Baruch Hu. All right, it is time for Baruch Hu, and we have a special Baruch Hu today because just like Rabbi Hayon said, the holidays are coming like next week. Rosh Hashanah is next week, so I hope you're getting your apples and honey ready and maybe some round challahs ready. And we're gonna hear on our Baruch Hu today the special High Holy Day melody. I bet you'll recognize it. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? I realized we skipped our miracles of the day, Miss Emily. Crazy. I'm not used to Sunday School T'filah yet. I feel like we should do them. Can we start those up? All right, I'll start and you echo me. We can all stay standing though. This is cool. All right, so ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for knowing the difference between day and night.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for opening our eyes.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to stretch. Everybody do a good stretch.
Feels on this morning. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to lakum, but you're already rising.
Which we already are. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us that firm ground to stand on. Feel that ground beneath your feet.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us the ability to move. Fill up your screen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us these clothes. Don't we all look lovely?
Oh, amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, for giving us strength.
Amen. And if you want to type any miracles in the chat that you're feeling this morning, that you're feeling grateful for, we'd love to see them. And I'm going to turn it over to Rabbi Hayon.
Good morning, everybody. This is actually a nice transition into the next prayer that comes in the service. The next prayer that we say in between Baruch Hu and the Shema, whether it's morning time or nighttime or regular day or a holiday, Shabbat or whatever, there's always a prayer right in this spot when we take a second to give thanks for nature, for all the amazing things that are out in nature. And the version of this prayer that we say in the morning reminds us about how grateful we are that the sun comes up in the morning and tells us that it's daytime, time to do our work and time to spend time with the people that we love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer hameorot. We praise you, O God, you made the lights in the sky to help us know when it's time to wake up and start our day.
Thank you. And if you would please join me in Shema, and if you know the sign language, please join along. I'd love to see it in your screens. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha.
You may be seated. We just heard the beginning of the Ve'ahavta, which always comes right after the Shema. And this is what the Ve'ahavta means. So let's sing together, Rise Up. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Where you stand, where you lie, when you walk and when you rise. Rise up, raise your voices, rise up. Lift them high, rise up. We can raise our voices, rise up. Lift them high, rise up. Take these words I say to you and keep them safe inside your heart. Teach these words, teach them well, and keep them safe inside your heart. Where you stand, where you lie, when you walk and when you rise. Rise up, raise your voices, rise up. Lift them high, rise up. We can raise our voices, rise up. Lift them high, rise up. That was some awesome rising up. And now we come to our Michamocha, which is that song that the Israelites sang after they had escaped from slavery in Egypt. And they get to the other side of the Red Sea and they sing this song of celebration. So Emily, maybe you'll repeat after me. And everybody else too. Hey-yo, hey-yo.
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 Michamocha,
Michamocha,
Ba'elim Adonai.
Ba'elim Adonai.
Michamocha,
Michamocha,
Nedar B'Kodesh.
Nedar b'Kodesh.
Nora Tehilot.
Nora Tehilot.
Oseh Pelem.
Oseh Pelem.
Hey-yo, hey-yo.
Hey-yo, hey-yo.
Hey-yo, hey-yo.
Hey-yo, hey-yo.
Awesome singing. And now we're going to turn it over to Rabbi Hayon.
Good morning, Boker Tov, everybody. I'm so glad that we're together. I'm so glad to be spending some time with you right before we start a brand new year. It is the most exciting time when we're getting ready for a new start and to do some thinking about the kinds of people we want to be in the brand new year. One of the things I want to talk to you about this morning is one of the special foods that we eat on Rosh Hashanah. Raise your hand if you can think of a special food that we eat on Rosh Hashanah. I'm going to look for some hands. Let's see. I am going to call on, let's see. Okay. Oh, I see in Lex's camera. You got it. Yes, Lex is holding up an apple. And what do we eat with our apples? Honey. There you go. Lex has got both. Good job, Mr. Lex. Okay. So I want to talk to you this morning about apples and honey. Actually, what I really want to talk to you about specifically is the honey. I brought my honey jar too. So the honey that we eat every year is a reminder that we hope for a sweet year, a year that's going to be full of goodness and sweetness and happiness. But what I want to talk to you about this morning is 3 important lessons that we can learn about how to live our lives from the honey that we are going to eat on Rosh Hashanah. The first lesson that we're going to learn this morning from honey, which is an amazing thing that comes about in a very amazing way, is that to make a jar of honey like this, I learned, which is a medium-sized jar of honey, it takes about 800 bees working very hard to make a jar of honey about this big. And to make a jar of honey about this big, those 800 bees have to visit about 3 million flowers. Just think about how hard they had to work to visit that many flowers to make a little jar of honey like this. So the first lesson that I want us to take from this as we start a new year is that we should work hard and not be afraid of having to keep working to make ourselves better, to make the kinds of families and friendships and communities that we want to live in, because hard work pays off. All of those bees that did that work paid off with a beautiful, beautiful and delicious jar of honey. That's lesson number 1. Don't be afraid to work hard. Number 2, the other thing that I learned about honey is that even though it takes that many bees to make this much honey, any one individual bee in their whole life will make only about 5 or 6 drops of honey. So the second lesson that we learned from this jar of honey is be patient, because every little bit counts. Even if you can produce a little bit of something at a time, even if you can do a little bit to help someone else or clean up the world, thank you, Cantor Simmons, you should be patient. Because every little bit counts. And even if you're contributing just a couple of drops, you're doing something very important to help your community, to help your hive. The third thing that I want to teach you about this jar of honey is super, super amazing. And that is, when a bee goes out from the hive to go find some beautiful flowers where they can collect nectar and pollen to bring back and make the honey back in the hive, that bee will tell the other bees back in the hive where to find the flowers. They have signals that they share with the way they move their bodies and the chemical signals they leave so that the other bees will know where to find the flowers. So the third lesson from this jar of honey is help each other out. The things that you know can help somebody else live their life, do their job, build their friendships in more beautiful ways. So we got 3 lessons from this delicious jar of honey that I want you to think about when you eat your apples and honey this year. Number 1, don't be afraid to work hard. Number 2, be patient, because every little bit counts. And number 3, do what you can to help each other out. And I hope that for all of us, this new year will be very sweet. Shana Tova.
Amen. Well, I have a little song about apples and honey that I have to sing. So the word for apples in Hebrew is tapuchim. Let's all say that. Tapuchim. And the word for honey is dvash. Dvash. Okay, so we're going to go like this. So we're going to be an apple. We're going to go tapuchim. We're holding our apples. Tapuchim, tapuchim, udvash. And then you're going to dive into the honey. Okay, just imagine like a honey bath. Ready? Tapuchim, 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 udvash. And then we sing, tapuchim is for the apples. They are growing on the trees. Everybody be a tree. And dvash is for the honey, made especially by the bees. Everybody be a bee buzzing around. Tapuchim, hold your apples. Tapuchim, tapuchim, udvash. Tapuchim, 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 udvash. Dip the apples in the honey, share with everyone who's here. At this time of Rosh Hashanah, may you have a sweet new year. Tapuchim, 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 udvash. Tapuchim, 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 udvash. And now we have some special announcements from Miss Stephanie. Oh, you're muted. Oh, you can't unmute. Okay.
Thank you. I couldn't unmute myself. Tell everyone good morning. I am so happy to be here with all of you today. Today is a very special day. How special is it? It is so special that it is Miss Gail's 25th anniversary with Helfman Religious School. So we should all say a big, big mazel tov to Miss Gail and a big, big toda, a big, big thank you to Miss Gail today. A couple of other announcements. So following T'filah and our closing song, we will have our Rega B'Ivrit, our moment of Hebrew with Mos Sophie. Everyone should stay on for that. And then after that, everyone will be going to your breakout rooms. Please click join breakout room when prompted by Zoom. Miss Gail has them all set up and ready to go. Older students, you should be signing off at 9:30 to go to your individual Zoom classrooms. Our next Sunday morning gathering will be in 3 weeks for our Sukkot happening on October 4th. In the meantime, please join us for our family services on Rosh Kippur. Tonight is September 19th and Yom Kippur is September 28th. Students in pre-K through grade 2 should be on the lookout for a goodie bag from PJ Library, which will be delivered to you by your teachers sometime already and tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, there is a PJ Library Young Chef program. So look for that, look for details for that in the Helfman Herald. If you are in 3rd grade or 4th grade or 5th grade, you should be on the lookout in the mail for a very special High Holy Day activity packet put together by our amazing Miss Becca. Those will be coming into the mail to you in the mail. We wish you all a Shana Tova Umituka, a very sweet and joyous New Year. And we'll look forward to seeing you all again in 3 weeks.
Thank you, Miss Stephanie. I want to add my words to what she just said. Please, please, kids and parents and families, do make a point of being a part of our high holiday kids services this year. They're going to be a lot of fun, really sweet and enjoyable. I can't wait to have you be a part of that with us. And I hope that this new year brings all kinds of sweetness and goodness and happiness and good health for all of us. Shana Tova Umetuka. I want to wish you a good, sweet new year. And we are going to end with one more very fun piece of music. Cantor?
All right, I can't leave without singing the song. So Miss Emily's going to help with the movements as well as my T'filah TAs, Amanda, Maya, and Noah. Here we go for the shofar blast. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. All right, Miss Emily, you're going to echo me with the first blast. Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. All right, the second blast goes like this. Shivarim, Shivarim. And the first blast, let me hear everybody sing. Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. And the third blast goes like this. Teruah, Teruah, Shivarim, Shivarim. Tekiah, Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. All right, now we're going to try our Tekiah Gedolah. That's the big one, so let's all take a big deep breath and sing as long as we possibly can. Ready? Tekiah Gedolah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. One more happy, happy. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Shana Tova, everyone.
Do I have Maya? Do I have Kemi?
You have Maya. Hello.
You! Love you!
Thank you.
What do you think Labriut means? Type it in the chat. If you know what Labriut means, type it in the chat. Someone sneezed and then someone else said Labriut. Type it in the chat. Nobody knows what Labriut means? Yes. Who said, oh yes, to your health, to your good health. Thank you. Yes, that's what it means. It also means God bless you. I mean, it's the same thing as when in Russia they say, na zdrovya, to your good health. Okay. So now call and response. Rega.
What?
Time for Rega Bavrit.
A moment of Hebrew.
How long will it take?
Just a rega.
Can you stand on one leg for one Rega?
Sure. How soon is Rosh Hashanah?
Just a Rega?
Rega b'Ivrit.
What do you think Rega means? Type it in the chat. Yes, that's right. Noah, thank you. A moment, a minute, a moment, a minute, maybe a couple of minutes. When we say I'll be there in a moment, do we usually get there in just a second? Does it usually, can it take us more than a minute? A moment is a little point in time. Today's Rega B'Ivrit is brought to you by the letter Resh. Resh has a story. What do you see here? Type it in the chat. What do you see here? Somebody put up Mohawk. That's what I thought first too. Resh has a story. It's because this is a Rosh, somebody's head. And Resh comes from the word Rosh. So the story is that Rosh fits a Resh. Resh fits a Rosh. I got it backwards. The letter Rosh, Resh, starts a lot of important words like Rosh, like regal. What do you think regal means? Type it in the chat. Yes, it's a foot. It's a foot. The letter Resh also starts some very important holidays. And you just had a clue what holiday coming up begins with Resh. Type it in the chat. The Rose family, thank you. Yes, Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah. And a lot of important things happen on Rosh Hashanah. I hope you can see this. at somebody blowing a shofar. So the letter Resh begins some important things like regel, foot, regel, foot, Rosh, I almost lost my head, Rosh, head. In fact, the letter Resh comes from the word Rosh. Let's review some of the things does anybody remember what letter we did 2 weeks ago? Because it was a long time ago. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember. Does anybody remember the name of the letter we studied a few weeks ago? What was that letter? Yes. Thank you, Miles. Lamed. Lamed. Thank you for everyone who typed it in the chat. Lamed. And the word Lamed starts some important words. Lev for heart. Lev for heart. Lechem, this is a challah. Lechem for bread. Lechem. And what is this thing? My newspaper one fell apart, so I had to make a new one. What is it? Type it in the chat. Yes. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, everybody who typed it. This is my homemade paper lulav. So we now know 2 important Hebrew letters. We know 2 important Hebrew letters. One is Resh, and the other is Lamed. Reggae Ivrit is done, and it's time.